Here again with another Lucifer Season 2 episode review video. Before I get into that though, pretty important if you aren't caught up to the point where I am, and where you're watching Lucifer, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And for those of you that are wondering, this episode was a first time watch for me. This will be Lucifer Season 2, Episode 16. The title of this episode is called God Johnson. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. So we start off with Lucifer on a hospital stretcher, and then we see words on the screen that say 36 hours earlier, so it's one of those episodes. And we have another session with Dr. Linda Martin. Good talk. Same time next week. Something Lucifer said in last week's session, or the last session, raised some issues with Dr. Linda Martin. Lucifer isn't telling Maze everything about the plan. He's keeping details of his plan away from Maze. He tells Dr. Martin that she's busy with her new best friend, the detective, Chloe. Now, Chloe tells Lucifer she wants some space for Maze. So Maze may be really into Chloe, but Chloe I don't think is reciprocating that. Dead body time. Murder confirmed, blunt force trauma to the back of the head, and the victim, Toby, was hit with a backgammon board, Ella Lopez says. God is the one who found the body. Yes, a guy named Earl Johnson changed his name to God Johnson. Now, Lucifer tells God that the real God is a dick. What do you desire, God? And he's having some sort of staring contest, and he's pretty good at it. At least that's what I gather. Really good seeing you, Samael. What did you say, Dad? Amenadiel says that's not the way Dad operates. Just crazy talk with a mentally ill human, Amenadiel says. Come on, guys. Is it really so crazy that God would be one of us? Ella Lopez says. God might be the killer. Because Lucifer spoke to the potential suspect, Chloe had to have a special hearing, and Lucifer decides to have himself committed so he can get closer to God Johnson. Someone stole Dan's pudding again. It turns out it was Charlotte, a.k.a. Mum. Dan tells Chloe, let me make it clear. Hands off. Don't touch my fucking pudding. He doesn't actually say that part, but thought I'd add that in there. And then Lucifer actually plays imaginary poker. He goes all in with a royal flush. I wonder what suit it was. And true, fun fact, I used to play poker a lot. From like 2004 to 2010, I probably played at least 5 nights a week. And then I started gradually not playing as much, but it's been a few years. Shortly before COVID happened, I kind of stopped playing. No addiction or anything like that. It was just what I did in my free time, which now I record videos in my free time. So, God has saved someone, and it really is you, Lucifer says. You son of a bitch. And Lucifer took the initiative and went undercover. And Lucifer tells Chloe that the woman God brought back said that the person that attacked her was Santa Claus. Chloe gets the number of the head of the hospital so she can get information from him. His name is Liam. I don't remember what his last name is, though. And God forgives Lucifer for punching him. Dr. Martin goes to visit Lucifer in the mental hospital. Ella Lopez is singing a song from like the 90s, and Chloe interrupts and says that song is so like long time ago. Any evidence pointing to Santa Claus? She asks Ella Lopez, and Ella says, yes, a long white hair. And then they see like the patient records, and Dale Williams looks a lot like a creepy Santa Claus. Lucifer pushes Dr. Linda Martin around in a wheelchair. Lucifer gets everyone to assist him with escaping. Lucifer and God leave the facility with the assistance of Linda Martin. Amenadiel comes to Chloe, Trixie, and Maze's place. Mum knees God in the groin, and as it's upset, he put her in hell as Lucifer set them up to see each other. And Mum was really into him, and then she kneed him, because, well, that's what she does. Liam comes to Chloe, Trixie, and Maze's place. That's the head of the facility, whatever you want to call it. Amenadiel is also, of course, still there hanging out as well. And Amenadiel likes the shape of Liam's head. Chloe wants privacy. Amenadiel tells Maze that him, Lucifer, and Mum are all going back to heaven. Liam tells Chloe Lucifer escaped and took God Johnson with him. God wants to dance with Mum. I guess I kind of jumped ahead a little bit here. Chloe arrives, and Chloe thinks Lucifer being committed, and that might be the best thing for him, as he's acting strange, according to Chloe. And Liam lets Chloe look at Dale Williams' file, even though he's not supposed to. Santa clocks Lucifer. Back to Lucifer getting wheeled on the stretcher. The nurse is the killer, which I guessed. Nurse Kipsy has to kill them both since they know who she is, Lucifer and God Johnson, even though I'm looking at my notes and I put Don Johnson. The things I write when I'm typing up episode reviews. Nurse Kipsy switched out Lucifer's meds with something else. Detective saves the day as Kipsy was about to take God Johnson's belt, and I put Don yet again. Now God, and I put God this time, is confused since the belt is off, and it turns out that it's a piece of the flaming sword that they keep talking about. And we find out that the sword actually has another piece in addition to this one. Mom goes to see Dan, says she wished it was her ex that kissed her. Lucifer says Earl Johnson was quite lovely. Earl God Johnson. He's not angry anymore at his dad, or he's not angry at his dad anymore, but now he's bloody furious and hates him even more, which ends the episode. Some pretty entertaining episode of Lucifer. The whole, God Johnson thing, like how he was acting like God and actually tricked Lucifer. So for this episode, it was a few days ago since I watched it, so it's not quite as in my head, like I don't quite remember every little detail. I'm scoring it a 9.0 out of 10, and the character of the episode, definitely Earl Johnson for the males, in addition to Lucifer, of course. And I put Maze for the females, which I don't really remember Maze doing all that much, but hey, apparently after I watched the episode a few days ago, those were my immediate thoughts. So you've heard what I have to say. Now, of course, it's your turn. If you are a fan of Lucifer and want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please make sure that you Hulk smash the like button or hammer fist the like button or whatever funny term you want to use. Just make sure you're doing that to help out the channel. Subscribe, of course. Share the video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Lucifer. What would you rate the episode? Whom would be your character of the episode if you want to do a male and female? And then, of course, last but certainly not least, even though I said this before, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel as you're watching the video anyway, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return as soon as I find out what it is that you desire.